Hello, I want to thank you for clicking on my channel. I'm PI187, and today I'm going to react to I explored the UK's rarest habitat and found something amazing. This was done by Leave Curious, and I believe it's about the rainforest that you have there. So let's check this out. Oh my, look. What? Oh, like, that is awesome. Looks like something total out of a fantasy game or something, or fantasy movie.
I found a place where time stands still. A place of immense natural beauty, a true remnant of British wilderness. And in this video, I'm going to show it to you. In this video, we're going to learn and explore this very rare and special habitat, temperate rainforest. How many of you know that the
What did he call it?
explore this very rare and special habitat, temperate rainforest?
Temperate rainforest?
How many of you know that the UK has rainforest? Go on, let me know down in the comments if you did or not, because I have to admit, until getting into rewilding, I didn't know.
I didn't know the UK had any rainforests, but I was told in my comments that to check them out, so I kind of knew before watching this video, but prior to that comment, no clue.
And I also didn't know just how rare it is, and if we're not proactive, we may just lose what precious little temperate rainforest we have left. I'm really excited for this one because I haven't spent that much time exploring temperate rainforest here in the UK. The weather's perfect, there's like this light misty rain, the sun's shining. This is going to be fun. Bryophytes is the collective name for some of the intriguing and amazing plants which seemingly grow over any surface available. This includes mosses, liverworts and hornworts. But not lichens. Lichens are in a group of their own, and there's plenty of them too. A nice patch of temperate rainforest can be home to over 200 species of bryophytes and up to 200 species of lichen. It's this assemblage of quirky plants that really defines the appearance of temperate.
So what exactly is that stuff? Is that like a moss? It looks really neat.
Rainforests, and it heavily contributes to them being one of the most biodiverse habitats in the UK. Check out what I found. It's an acorn which is already beginning to burst.
Oh wow.
Yeah, well, here's the rain. They don't call it a rainforest for nothing. Temperate rainforest is an incredibly rare habitat, not just here in the UK, but globally. And this is in part due to its strict climatic conditions. Temperate rainforest occurs when woodlands and forests intersect with high annual rainfall, particularly during the summer months, and when summers are consistently quite cool, and generally the average temperature in the winter doesn't get too cold either. These conditions, found in areas where trees grow, turns out to be very rare indeed. Temperate rainforest covers just 1% of the world, and that's just not enough for my liking. I am off out exploring on my own today. I don't think there's anyone behind me. I've done a quick Google search. I've got a rough idea of where I'm going, but these days, these kinds of videos are the ones which I love to make the most. Really could not have asked for better weather today. Rain and sunshine. So I've just entered into an area where we have some Dartmoor ponies. Don't think they're going to be in here. Be kind of cool if we can see them, because grazing animals are being used as a tool to maintain and enhance temperate rainforests. Without the right balance of pressure from grazing animals, the woodland floor can quite quickly become overgrown with brambles and dense vegetation. By having a few animals in, eating and stomping around, it creates better conditions for bryophytes and woodland flowers. Within this woodland was also evidence of selective thinning, to allow more light through to create better conditions for lichens to grow.
That tree's dead.
Little oak tree just crowded out, just died. Still doing a lot for wildlife though. Hello, who's living down here then? Yeah.
Huh. Funny story. Put a fence around a mountain one time. Literally a mountain. This billionaire, the guy who invented the air freshener, bought like this entire mountain, and people had lived all around it for who knows how long, and they'd walk their dogs and take their four-wheelers and go hiking around the mountain and through the woods and all that and whatnot, right? And anyhow, this guy bought the whole thing, had a mansion on one side of it, and he said to all the people, you no longer can walk through the woods, you can't take your dogs in here, can't hunt, can't four-wheeler, can't hike, can't nothing, blah, 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 blah. And they're like, how are you going to stop us? Well, by hiring us to put a fence around the entire mountain. So I spent a whole year just going to that job, drilling holes into the rock, pounding posts down into the rock, throwing up a fence. We didn't put no top rail on it because the fact that it was in the woods and it was just gonna be too much of a pain, so we used a top wire for it. But anyhow, just because I saw that dead tree, reminded me of this. We had these two guys working with us that were their father and son, really slow. And the one day, the one son walks up, and like a whole chunk of fence we just got done putting up and whatnot, walks over and pushes over a dead tree right on top of our fence. And then he's like, oh, I just wanted to see what would happen. It's like, well, what do you think's gonna happen? It's gonna destroy the fence we just put up, which it did, and then we had to fix it. And not even probably 2 weeks later, his father did the exact same thing. Sees some dead tree and just can't help himself but push it over onto our fence, and I'm just like, oh my god, what is wrong with these guys? But anyhow, another thing that sucked about that job is every one of us ended up with a deer tick in us. I had a deer tick in my belly. I ripped it out. Yeah. And then after that, like after we all had ticks on us, I'd come home and just strip down and inspect, and anything touched me, I was just like, ooh, freaking out, worried about these ticks. But, yeah, we fenced off the whole mountain to stop people from being able to walk on it and whatnot. And anyhow, sorry about that long story.
That's where I'd like to hibernate. So if you're new here and you're enjoying this video, then please remember to subscribe. I make videos about nature restoration, about rewilding. I cover all kinds of different projects and stories. You could have actually seen me over at Mossy Earth. You know, the guys who set up and fund rewilding projects? Well, I make videos there too. If you want to know more about that, check out the links in the description. As the day went on, I just continued to be astounded at the sheer beauty of this habitat. All the little curious details that come together to form what is, in my mind, a very magical habitat. Yeah. But with that being said, I knew that there were patches of this habitat that were quite frankly more majestic than others. I just had to find them. I think I know where I'm going.
Wow.
Crossing over the bridge. Let's see. Little apple tree here. Look at that. Look at that. Does it look like it's been chewed by anything? I bet this tastes better than any shop bought apple. Let's see.
I don't know.
So sweet.
Guess it's not a crab apple.
I had good fun in this section. I found a couple of
Huh.
rather proud-looking mushrooms, a tree that was pleased to meet me, and a tree. I found a
That was a big mushroom there.
couple of rather proud-looking
That red one. Look at the size of that thing. Got some Smurfs running around there somewhere.
mushrooms, a tree that was pleased to meet me, and a tree that I was pleased to meet. It's like something out of the Lord of the Rings.
Yep. Oh, wow. Some type of foundation or wall in there or something.
Those guys were waiting to see the salmon leaping. You know, I would stop and try and film it, but I've done my fair share of waiting to film salmon in the past. For anyone that's an OG of the channel, you'll know I made a video like last year where I went looking for an amethyst deceiver, the purple one. I think I've just found one. It's faded a little bit, but you can see it's purple.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, you can tell. Although we've had a great time exploring here, I feel like the best is still to come. So it's a new day. I'm just heading up to a very...
Wow. It's so insane how all this stuff's just covered in moss. A tree. It looks so neat. Then you got a string of barbed wire here. Don't cross.
special site. It's an ancient temperate rain.
They got barbed wire all along this dry stone wall here, eh? See that? I've learned a new word, new phrase, dry stone wall.
Rainforest site. It's a woodland up on the hill, an oak woodland, and yeah, it just looks amazing from the photo, so I'm really excited to get there. But before we get there, let me tell you about some of the threats that temperate rainforest is facing. Sadly, the little temperate rainforest left in the UK is now facing some serious issues.
So is that all that's left of it right there? Yeah, it's like completely bare everywhere else. Yeah, you need to preserve that for sure, or it will all be gone.
In the past, it's been cleared for other land use and broken down for its resources. Invasive plant species like rhododendron and non-native conifers suffocate this habitat. Overgrazing from deer is amplifying pressure and halting recovery.
Go back.
This habitat. Overgrazing from deer.
Those antlers are nuts. What kind of deer is that? I don't know if I've seen a deer with horns like that before.
Deer is amplifying pressure and halting recovery. Increased air pollution is threatening the delicate conditions for lichens to grow. And climate change is causing record temperatures and sustained droughts. Not to mention...
That was an oak tree, I believe. Looks like it.
And climate change is causing record temperatures and sustained droughts. Not to mention cultural, social and political pressures. There is little incentive for landowners to restore and enhance rainforest. And even now, this amazing habitat doesn't get the recognition it deserves from the country. Despite these hard challenges, work is being done. But I want to talk about that in another video, where I can properly feature the projects and people behind these efforts. For now, let's just celebrate the temperate rainforest that we have. So we're not far away now. I think I'm about to discover a very, very special habitat. I'm so excited for this.
It's insane the amount of all the colors and just how like bright and vibrant it all is. And everything is alive. It's just so full of life.
Remember that hole we found, which I said I'd like to hibernate in? Forget it, I found a new one. Look at this. Look at the way this branch is just like hanging down to the ground. Like these mosses and these lichens or these bryophytes, they really weigh down the limbs. And also just being on the side of the hill, the conditions, it just gives these trees so much character. One of the most beautiful things about this is the way that all of the trees intertwine and they just almost appear to be as one. And you know what?
Like that is an insane
all of
picture
these
right
trees
there.
will be connected and they'll be working together. I'm sure there's no end of amazing bryophytes in here, but I just don't know how to ID them, so I'm just going to try and go around and film as many as I can without going in, of course, and just soaking it up. Oh, here's an inch. Oh, here's something which looks quite interesting. Orangey, some kind of. I don't want to guess because I don't
fungus?
know. If I had this on my doorstep, I would be coming out here all the time, and I would seek to learn this because it's just incredible. God, I just want to live here.
Yeah, who doesn't?
A little robin.
Huh.
Guess that's why they call it the rainforest, eh? Oh, it's good for the soul. I've had such a great time making this video and I hope you've had a brilliant time watching it too. In the description will be all the ways you can support Live Curious and you can check out Mossy Earth as well. Just look at this, it's so special. Thanks for watching, Live Curious.
Yeah, that was remarkable. Britain's largest forest. We bought a rainforest. Oh, wow. Scotland's rainforest. I'm going to have to check that one out at some point. We flooded a forest. Jeez. All kinds of them. Yeah, that was crazy. The colors, it was just so like major eye candy right there. Like that looks like something that isn't even real. I really thought it was cool how it had all that like mossy stuff hanging from the trees and how everything was basically coated with moss. Yeah, I could see why you'd want to totally protect that. Like, I couldn't understand the mindset of the person who would even want to cut that down or get rid of it if it's all you've got left, because once it's gone, it'll be gone, and that'll be it. Um, yeah, that was pretty awesome. Anyhow, that guy's site is called again Leave Curious. So if you want to check out his site, give him a like. Any comments, I'll leave the link down below. And if you could like, comment, or subscribe on my video, that would also be awesome. But anyhow, have yourselves a great day, and I hope to see you on another video. All right, bye for now.